Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Trying to get situated. Sorry, it's been a multitask today.
Don't give up the fight.
Hers just all over the place. They ain't want to do right. They ain't want to act right. It's just doing its own thing. That's why it's get braided. I know Joy is enjoying herself. She is on her way to vacation.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Get up, stand up.
Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. You can't give up the fight. Stand up for your right. Stand up.
Beginning with reggae, y'all. It's reggae night tonight.
You're sick and tired of the ism, schism, game, dying to go to heaven in the Jesus name.
Y'all with me this morning? It's almost afternoon. Lunchtime for some of y'all.
My God is a living man. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So now we see the light. We gonna stand up for it. So you better
Get up, stand up. Y'all with me?
stand up for your right.
We got music this morning. Y'all ready? Hey.
Don't give up the fight.
Y'all with me this morning? Reggae. Yeah, man.
I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy.
Good morning, Miss Sylvia. How are you, beautiful? Good morning, Miss Ann. Let's see here. Good morning, Miss Sylvia. I'm trying to go through here real quick, and I'm running a little bit behind, a little bit, a whole lot. Sorry, it was. Okay, it's not like me doing that. Okay, so good morning, Ann, Mastro, Felicia, Sylvia. Who is that, Loria? Thank you all for tuning in with me this morning. All right, so we'll pick that back up after we finish with the show this afternoon, or this morning, shall I say. So thank you all for tuning in. This is Neighborhood Jams Live, and I'm at a remote potluck location. Thank you to my buddies, the DeBoat brothers over at Solutions. So thank you so much for partnering up with me, Jack and Zosh, the DeBoat brothers, as I call them, here in Edmond, Oklahoma, where I'm now been having a crazy morning, a crazy week, shall I say. But thank you, Solutions, for allowing me to do my live podcast right here in your podcasting trusting recording center. And of course, if you're looking for anything with Solutions, they're handling all your social media management. They're doing marketing and advertising to content design and development, social media, follower analysis and evaluations, video production, brand developing, market research, proto launch arrivals. They do all kind of things here at Solutions. So if you are in business and you are needing to get yourself integrated in a branding way, I encourage you to reach out to Solutions. My guys, the Boat Brothers, that's Josh and Zach from Solutions. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to partner up with you to do my live podcastings every Thursdays right here at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, I'm running a few minutes behind. They were doing a pre-recording with another client. So it's one of those that you have to wait. And so I'm sorry that I'm coming to you late, but thank you for joining me. Hey, Sonia. I got to start out with thanking my sponsors for the jam, Neighborhood Jams. I got to thank Kristen Harris, who's giving away a Morningstar package with 2 months free rent, any size unit. Of course, you'll get a roll of tape, a cylinder lock, and a Morningstar tote. Thank the DeBoat brothers, Josh and Zach over at Solutions, where I'm giving away a 1-hour free studio recording right here at the Solutions studio. We're also doing a $199 special promo that gets you a 30, 60-second video. I've got mine finished, and because it's been so crazy busy, I've not been able to share it. So I will be getting that shared with you, okay? So that you can see just the type of quality, and there's going to be more to come as Solutions continue to get things going and integrate in the new technology world. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting a slow reading or something or another. I'm not certain, but I'm going to keep on going. So thank you, Victoria Huggins, from a Studio 89 Massage. She's giving away a 1-hour free massage. And I must tell you, I did a pre-recording yesterday on Fox 25 with Victoria Huggins. So make sure you catch us live next Monday, the 27th, which is actually Memorial Day, that we're actually honored, and I especially surprised one of my clients, Miss Tasha Stewart, for a massage. So she was one of those that got that one. And then, of course, Miss Joy Poteet. Thank you, Miss Joy, with Enjoy Natural. This is the skincare product, but she also has natural hair care products as well. So if you're in the natural hair care business, like myself, we have to have this certain kind of product. So thank you, Miss Joy, for that. I've got to thank Sharina Perry and David Threet over at Utopia Wellness and their team for providing 2 of the 5 products that you see here. And if you saw my podcast for Mother's Day, my mother actually gave you a testimony about the salve that she used. So just make sure that you are interested, that you share the video. It's not much to it, but just to share it. And last but not least, thank you, Ace LeBeau, for sharing a giveaway, a trip for 2 for Las Vegas or to Cancun. It includes room, board, and food as well. So all you have to do is just arrange for your travel to get there and back. And of course, if you catch it at the right time, you can get you some specials. So today, thank you all for tuning in. I see Mark and Angela and Sonia joining me. Thank you all so much for popping in for Neighborhood Jams with Sunny Pounds. It's Thursday, and it's reggae. We need one reggae night. But I wanted to get on here just to get you integrated about now that you purchased the home. So now what do we do? But I do want to mention that if you want to get the drawings again, share the video. You have to share the entire videos for the month of May to have your name entered for a drawing. And what I'm going to do for June 1st is that if you were a previous winner of one of the items from the last show or from May, then I will take your name out when I do a drawing for that particular one. So for an example, Kristen Harris won the trip for 2 to Cancun or Las Vegas. And so when I get ready to pull the trip, I'll pull her name out of the basket so that way she doesn't get to win a trip again. It's just another way to share the love, share the love. We're here to give love to everyone. So no further ado, I've kind of had a crazy morning. I had a brunch and learn this morning with one of my accounts. And so I was there doing a brunch and learn on home ownership. And so I do apologize. I didn't get all my stuff printed off. So I'm actually going to be reading it from my phone. I love these little technology deals that you can just be able to keep moving and grooving with however you need to do it. So you're confused on what to do after buying a home. Here's some tips, okay? And I will share with you, there's been a couple of times like now, I do have 2 clients that I have closed on. And one I just spoke to in detail, shall I say, regarding some of the situations that's going on with her home. And I'll share with you this, is that it seems to be plumbing. It seems to be the number one issue after a person purchases a home. So I can suggest this. If you are purchasing a home, please get your pipes scoped during your home inspection. If I'm your real estate agent, I'm going to always add that in for you for homes that were built 1985 and newer, only because we want to make sure that those pipes have not collapsed. We want to make sure those pipes are still good so that you don't have the kind of issues that my other 2 clients are having. And I must tell you, 2 out of 30 or 40 clients that I've serviced over the last 5 years, that's really good. But still and yet, it's the ache and the heartache of having to deal with it after you have purchased your home. You're expecting to move in and not have any issues. And so that's why I want to make sure that you're aware of to get your pipe scoped during your home inspection period. It's so important that you do that. And so most times when you start calling and trying to get services for things that have happened in your home after you purchased it, you've moved in, you got your keys, your utilities on and everything like that, people are always told to call your realtor back. Quite naturally, we love to help and service you, but truth be told, once we've been cleared from the transaction, we really can't do anything as your real estate agent. But we do have the option to take it a step further to say, hey, here's some pointers. This is what you can do. This is who you should contact. And so for this particular client, I referred her to an attorney because it was something that not my inspector did, but because the person that she had selected for the pipe scoping didn't do their job. We're now possibly looking at a class action lawsuit or so. So don't want to get into details of that, but just to let you know that even though you purchased your home and there's no connections to the real estate agent of what we can and cannot do to the home after you've purchased and closed on it, That's what we want to make sure that you're aware of. We can help you. We're just not the person that you would go to. But again, you just want to get those pointers. And it always helps to know where to go after you purchase a home. Because the first stop that you want to, the first stop most people will stop at is their real estate agent. And that's perfectly fine. And if you call me and I'm your licensed agent, then I'm going to definitely share with you the pros and cons. But you're confused on what to do after buying a house. You've looked at properties, you made an offer, obtained financing, and gone to closing, got the keys. The home. So now what do we do? Is there any more to the home buying process? Whether it's your first time buying a home or you're a repeat buyer, you will take the necessary steps. So here's some steps. Store your settlement papers after buying a home. Now, it's called a closing packet that you have signed all the documents transferring the deed from the previous seller to you as the new owner. Okay. So you want to store your settlement documents in a very secure, tight spot. If you've closed on a home after January 1, between January 1 and December 31st, you definitely want to hold on to your settlement HUD statement so that you can prepare that with your tax returns. Because if you were a seller and you've gotten cash back, then your accountant would need to know that information. Okay. Sometimes they can count that as added income once you've made a sale of your home and you've gotten the equity pulled out or whatever that you've gotten from the home. So that's why we want to make sure that you're aware to keep those documents. And so those papers you receive as settlement are extremely valued. So hold on to them. In the short term, they can help you establish tax deductions. So again, that's what I was just talking about for the year in which the property was purchased. So for you that purchased January 1, 2019 to December 31st, 2019, share your settlement statements with your accountant. It's the tax deductions. Okay. I'm not a tax guru, so I can't go into all the details about that. That's not my profession, but I just want to make sure that you're aware of, now that you've closed on your home, what you need to do with these documents. Don't just store them anywhere, and please store them where you can refer back to them, because a year from then, you'll probably have questions about your homeowner's insurance. You can reach out to your homeowner insurance agent, but it'd be helpful for you to keep a hold of the information as well, the evidence of insurance that's in your closing packet. But in the future, such papers will be important for your tax purposes when the property is sold, and in some cases for calculating estimated taxes. So when you're ready to resell that home, then you want to have those documents in place, okay? And it's one of those that I always encourage my buyers. You buy to resell, okay? Don't never buy just to be thinking of just your ending situation, because never know what life challenges might throw at you. Most people sell their homes for various different reasons. It could be for death. It could be for disaster, or it could be for a divorce. So most people would do a sale according to those. Now, some other cases that you might sell your home is when you're empty nesting. You know, you've gotten all the kids out. It's just you and your husband, or you and your wife, or it may just be you. You've empty nested your house, or you may be coming into a family where you're married now. You're going to start having kids and adding to the family. So that'd be some of the reasons why you need to sell, which is why you want to hold on to some of these documents that you get from the closings table. Okay. Assesses the status of your utilities. Also at closing, determine the status of the utilities required by the home. Items such as your water, your sewage, your gas, electric, and your oil service. Believe it or not, when you're shopping for a home, those are some of the things that you want to keep in mind while you're shopping for your home. What will my utilities bill look like for each of the months that you come and go? Okay. So you want to make sure you're taking account of your utilities, not just your monthly mortgage payment, but your utilities. You want utilities bills to be paid in full by owners as of the closing, and you also want services transferred to your name for billing. Usually such transfers can be done without turning off utilities. So in other words, if the utilities are on from your previous owner, they usually have to be on during the time of inspections. So we educate our sellers, make sure you have your utilities on, so that way your buyer can get through their inspections without any issues. That's keeping the water on, keeping the electric on, keeping the gas on. So that way the home inspector can go through and do their due diligence. Okay. So make sure that you can transfer. And I usually don't suggest my clients to do transfer to the week of closing, because things could happen. Okay. For an example, you might be scheduled to close, but your closing got moved. So now you have to schedule your closing in another week or two. So if that happens, say for an example, you called the utility companies and you had your utilities transferred effective tomorrow from wherever you currently are living. You would definitely not want to do that, because of the case of, if something was to happen in that closing, it pushed off, you would still need to call each and every person that you called for your utilities and have them move your utility service is being turned on to the following week or whenever your closing is moved. I've had that happen. So give a notice for their current rental or to transfer utilities until after we've gone through the appraisal inspection. The appraiser has gone out to the home, they've inspected the home, and they came back and said, okay, your home is at value and there's no repairs. Now we feel confident that we can go ahead and move forward. We're giving our notice to the apartments or whoever you're renting from, as well as start preparing to transfer utilities. Give them a certain date with which that utilities can be transferred, okay? Realtors can provide you contact numbers and related information. I always give my clients a list of utilities, although most people, they're familiar with the utilities, so some people don't. I don't normally give it to them because if they have utilities here, then they already have an account that's established and set up, so all they would have to do is just transfer. Most clients that are transferring in-state to Oklahoma, never lived here in Oklahoma, those would be the individuals I give that contact information to. About 2 weeks after closing, contact your local property records office and confirm that your deed has been officially recorded. Now, that's something that is so important that you definitely want to make sure you're following up on. Most title companies do their due diligence and their part, but let's just be real. We're human beings, and sometimes we make small mistakes. So in that case, you just want to make sure that you go ahead and call the property records officials, that's the Oklahoma County assessors, and confirm that your property has been recorded and the official deeds has been recorded. Such records are public notices that shows your interest in the party, okay? Moving in. So we're now moving in. You got your stuff boxed. It's ready to go. It's in general understood that sellers will leave homes broom clean moving out. This expression does not mean vacuumed or spotless. Broom clean means makes sense. Let me read that again. Broom clean makes sense because it means the house is ready to be painted and cleaned. So most places when you come into the home and the previous seller has cleared out the house, most times they're coming in and it's either pretty already clean, but let's be real. If I buy a house, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to do the cleaning myself. I'm going to add my special touch, my pine saw, whatever I need to add. So when you do move in your home, don't expect it to be spot clean because you do want to go ahead and clean it yourself, okay? Your home, your money. For most owners, a home is the largest single asset they hold, so it makes sense to protect that asset. Many owners make a photo or video record of the home and their possessions for insurance purposes, and then keep the records in a safe deposit box. Your insurance provider can recommend what to photograph and how to secure them. And that is so important, that if you are currently moving in and got all kind of items, after you get moved in, as one insurance adjuster once mentioned to me before, write down your model numbers to your TVs, okay? Write down your model numbers, write down your the value estimate for that particular item. So an example, right now, Sam's has 85-inch TVs for like $1,500 to $2,000. On the back of that 85-inch, I'll be writing down the model number. And from there, after I write the model number down, I would write an estimate value and what it was. It's an 85-inch TV, Sony or Hewlett Packard or whatever the case of the model is. But you want to make sure you take pictures, make count items, okay? You move in, write down your model numbers. Most of your insurance agents will ask you for that information, and that's good information for you to be okay. You want to maintain fire, theft, and liability insurance. That is so important. So after you go into contract with your real estate agent, or once we go under contract, let me just put myself in the position because I'm speaking in reference that you'll be okay for me. Okay. Love that. But anyway, what we would do is after we go under contract, I'll be connecting you with your insurance agent. I'll be referring you to your insurance agent who has your auto insurance first. If you don't have what they call a bundle package where they give you a discount for your home and your auto, then I have agents that I've partnered up with that will give you that special, okay? So make sure you understand the coverage. And I will tell you this, I had a deal that buzzed just a couple of weeks ago because the home was in flood zone. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence to search the home. That's crime, that's sexual offenders, that's flood zones. Make sure you have your proper coverage for your insurance, okay? It's so important that you understand that. It's nothing like not having flood insurance and you're in a flood zone. So all the rain we're getting here in Oklahoma, so say, for example, you flood out and you didn't have flood insurance. That's not smart. So we as realtors, we have access to where we can pull it. It's even public records for you. There's a flood zone map that you can Google to find out if your home is actually a flood zone. Even if you're a current homeowner right now, you still can do that. And take the necessary precautions, please, and get yourself some flood insurance and protect your most valuable items that you've worked so hard for. Okay. You want to lastly enjoy your home. Owning real estate involves contracts, loans, and taxes, but ultimately, what's most important is that home ownership should be a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I will share this with you. Not every home transaction is going to be a smooth process. I've had some where they've been so easy to where I blinked and was like, "Are we at closing already? We've done everything. Everything is checked out. There was no issues. There was nothing to go back and forth to." And that's something that I enjoy, But let's be real. There are some things that you will have to, it's going to take you, the buyer, to get things in motion and get it going. Okay. I had a deal in December where it had a tax lien issue to it. Well, because the buyer was persistent with it, we were still able to close on time. So just make sure that you do your due diligence and taking care of your home. There's several different information on maintenance on your home. I always encourage my clients to stay up on your air filters, service your AC, your HVAC. Make sure your pipes are clean at all times as much as you possibly can. There is a checklist of things that you can do on maintenance and update on your home. Just like a car, you have to take care of your home too, because at some point in time, you can resell your car and it's not going to be much of a matter. But when you get ready to resell your house, you're going to want top dollars for that house. So just make sure you take the due diligence to make sure it's in top-notch condition. Okay. Some sellers get to a point to where I speak about this at all the time that I can, is that most sellers want to sell their house and they don't have certain things that's not operating. So if that's the case, you can't ask for top dollars. Okay. Also, an encouragement for the sellers is list your house, what's selling in the area at that particular moment. If things shift, then you need to be able to consider to shift as well. Now, I'm not saying give away your house, but make it comfortable. And that's what gets you in a bid war. Okay. But when you start pricing it way too high, $40,000, $50,000 over, sometimes you'll get stuck with it. So just make sure that you're flexed, that you're willing to adjust your sales price. Okay. So I know that I'm pushing my 30-minute mark with you all, but I just had to come on here live this morning and share with you some helpful tips. And I hope that it helped you with, now that you bought a home, now what do I do? Who do I call? What do I contact? If it's something that's pertaining to inspections, you can always reach back out to your inspector. I do have 3 or 4 different inspectors that I partner up with, so that way you can definitely get the best service that you can. And then, of course, if all else fails, like most people will tell you, if you call them with the issue, well, call your realtor, call your realtor, call your realtor. So if you should happen to call me, I'm going to work with you and get you some resources on what you would need to do that's best suited. Because once we close on a transaction, really, there's nothing else that I can do or any real estate agent can do, because that is the law, that is the regulations that has been set out by OREC. And so once you've signed off at the closing table, there's a document that says you release the realtor and the listing agent and the sellers from the property that you're receiving, that you accept in its current condition. There is a document that you sign for that. So that's exactly why I want to make sure I point that out to you. But again, for my clients, I go the extra mile. I listen to the situation and then get you pointed in the right direction where you can go to get assistance. And for this particular client, it's unfortunate, but she's having to seek legal allegations. And so I hate that would have to turn to that point. But let's be real again, that sometimes that's what happens. And so I have to take those necessary precautions. So I want to go over a couple of announcements before I jump into my daily motivator, because, I love giving some inspiration, some motivation for you. So some quick announcements. Don't forget, tonight is Reggae Night at La Brasa. That's on Northwest Classen. I have shared a link in the comment section for you to get your tickets and to get detailed information on Facebook. So David, thank you so much for being in our community and setting up various different activities that we as Oklahomans can enjoy. And so I want to take that time and show him some respect and show my appreciation to David Threet for hosting this reggae night at La Brasa. So hope to see you guys there tonight. Starts out about 9 p.m. or so, 9 or 10. I think it might be 10. But I got all the details in the comments, so check it out. Okay. Also, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. So make sure that you are planning some things with your friends and family. I know this is my last weekend for the month of May for my birthday, as the Geminis are starting to take over. So happy birthday to all the Geminis that's out there. But us May Tauruses, we still here. My month is not over yet. So I am planning my final festation this Sunday with my close friends and family, and so I'm so grateful for them. But definitely make sure that you get out and enjoy Memorial Day weekend as well. And remember those loved ones. We've cherished them and we enjoy them for the time that we did have them, but just make sure that you honor and recognize them on Memorial Day. Okay. Um, also, with Memorial Day being on Monday, be sure you tune in live on Fox 25 at 9 a.m. for the Living Oklahoma, the Biz Buzz section, as I have came out to support, showing one of my own clients some love on national television here, Tasha Stewart. She is one of my clients. She's also one of my partners, and I love her to pieces. Her story is so touching to where our relationship for the last 2 years, going on 3 years, has been a phenomenal experience. I could not thank her so much. And so I chose her to get this recognition special massage, if you will, from Victoria Huggins from Studio 89 Massage. And so thank you, Victoria, so much for always wanting to help and make sure my clients feel safe. And that's one of the things that I am actually packaging up for my clients going forward is a massage. So each client that I'm touching, that God sends my way, that we work with, I'm willing to give them something to relax after they've closed. So if you close the home, now what? I gave you some helpful tips. I'm going to also give you a massage. So thank you, Victoria Huggins, for that. So just make sure again tonight you check out You check out the reggae event tonight at La Brasa. And then, of course, Memorial Day. I got to thank Solutions for giving me my remote locations today. And every Thursday, you can catch me right here at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time with Solutions. And they are a local social media outlet here in Oklahoma City and Edmonds. So if you have advertising, branding for your business, you need to check out Solutions. I think you'll be well worth it. I'm going to dive into this daily motivator. Today's joy is the subject or the topic. Today's joys. Later is too late. Live today's joys today. Hello. Honor your commitments, do your work, but don't let it become an excuse to put off the joys you can create and experience right now. Joy refreshes you, inspires you, energizes you, and there's a lot of good you can do with that energy. Joy connects you with purpose, with love, with all you value. Joy reminds you why you do what you do, why you seek what you seek. Joy is yours to choose here now. Joy asks only that you allow it, express it, share it, and when you do, the moment is filled with its energy. Offer the value of joy to those you're with, to where you are, to what you're doing. Live today's joy, for the only time to do so is now. That was very awesome. I love that. So as you prepare to get into your unique home, make sure you stay tuned with Neighborhood Jams with Sunny Pouncil. So let me give a shout out to my actual sponsors. I love that. That was just off the cuff. That's why I love live. You get me real, raw, and uncut. It ain't no practicing, no none of that. I don't do that. This is live. Okay. So thank you, Kristen Harris over at Morningstar Storage for my 2 months free giveaway for a rental of any size unit. You will get a roll of tape, a cylinder lock, and a Morningstar tote. Those Morningstar totes are really nice and pretty large too. Thank you, my DeBoat boys, my DeBoat brothers over at Solutions for a 1 hour free studio recording, as well as a $199 promo 30-60-second video. You definitely want to utilize that. Thank you, Victoria Huggins, for my 1 hour free massage to a winner. And then, of course, from Studio 89. And then thank you, Joy Poteet from Enjoy Naturals, who's given away a natural skincare products. And then, of course, she also has a natural hair care products. Thank you for Sharina Perry and David Threed and the Utopia Wellness team for giving away two of the five items that you see here. And so I gave you a live testimony for the salve that my mom tried for Mother's Day. So if you didn't see that Mother's Day video, go check it out. Last but not least, thank you, Asa Laveau, for our trip for two to either Las Vegas or Cancun, which will include your room, board, and food. And so I have to thank all my sponsors, and I definitely want to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. I must say I have had some very great success. I won't complain about that. I'm just at awe with this. So you guys, please, please, please do me the favor. I'm in the community to educate. Okay, I'm in the business to educate. So please take the time. It doesn't cost you anything but to share these videos. You share the videos, it gets you in for one of the drawings. And I'll be doing a drawing on June 1st. So you share all the videos from Neighborhood Jams for the month of May. And on June 1st, I'll be doing a drawing for the giveaways. Now, again, as I said at the beginning of the show, if you were in one of the winners for last month, for May 1st, for a previous giveaway or for a drawing, your name will be pulled out so that you don't win that second prize again. So I think that's going to be the best way to handle that. So that way, if you had 2 trips, what you going to do with 2 trips? So we're going to share the love. We're going to share the love. But I can't get off here without jamming. Y'all know I got jam. It's reggae night. It's reggae night. So we're going to get on here and jam to some reggae and finish out our reggae evening. So you guys make sure to check out reggae at La Brasa tonight. Get your ticket and go have some fun doing a reggae style. You hear me? Hey, Tabor. Thank you, Tabor. I sure do appreciate you. Hey, Asa. So glad you guys joined me. You guys were on my other social media, so I didn't get to see you to acknowledge you. I do apologize. So, yes, thank you so much. Tabor is a good guy. He's got all those homes and Homes by Tabor, and he is blowing up. Oh, my gosh. Tabor is everywhere. So be sure to join me live next Thursday right here at 10:30 a.m. so we can talk about some more real estate. Y'all jam with me. It's Thursday. Yay! For most of y'all that works, your Friday Eve is today. But for us in the real estate industry, there's no such thing. We don't have days off. We take it off. So yes, I am jamming with some reggae. It's mixed from Bob Marley. Hey. Thank you guys so much for jamming with me this morning. I sure hope that you have a great Thursday. Make sure you stay weather forewarned update. Please stay up to date with the weather. We've had some crazy weather here, so stay safe. Hey. Yeah, man. Y'all know I like to have fun. Don't get on her thinking well, she's just didn't know. I'm very relaxed. I'm very kosher. But I'm about my business. Don't get it twisted. Y'all have a good Thursday. I love you. Have a great weekend. I'll see you right back here next Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good weekend. I don't want to wait and wait for you.